Hi, everyone. It is time for new listings at noon. On today's show, we're going to be featuring this unique and charming 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath carriage home in Capitol Hill.
And I'm going to be covering this incredible mid-century modern home. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath in Fort Washington, Maryland.
Awesome. So for those of you guys who haven't watched our show before, every week, Alison and I, we go through all of the new listings on the market and we find two of our favorite new listings.
Yeah. And I mean, really, they can speak to people for different reasons. They can be completely different styles, but for whatever reason, we've decided that it's a really good option for us to show you in this given week.
Awesome. So Alison is going to be sharing the mid-century modern beauty first, and then right afterwards, we're going to talk about this wonderful carriage house. Actually, Alison saw it 2 days ago, but we're both going to talk about it and go through it. So let's get started.
Yeah. All right, as Karen pulls everything up, the address is 13506 Reed Circle. Like we said, it's in Fort Washington, Maryland. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, it's kind of south of the city, right along the water. As a matter of fact, this listing says you can see the water from the front yard. Three bed, 2.5 bath, 2114 square feet, and it's listed for $565,000. It's one of the great things about Fort Washington is you can get things for a lot cheaper. You see from the outside here, this is actually a historic designated mid-century modern home. It's by Don Schultz and Associates, and you're going to see this whole thing is like time traveling back into the time when it was built in 64. And this is actually known as the Schultz Mark 64 Langhouse. Apparently this is a rare version of this design. And so we're going to really get in and see that there's been a lot of updates and the things that you care about, but the original style is there. In this front entrance here, we see the perforated masonry walls, and decorative wrought iron gates. This is, again, very stylistic of when this home was built. You don't see a lot of this anymore. And I mean, I was just taken by this house immediately. So now we're going inside. We're in this kind of foyer here, this like entranceway, and we're going to see something very unique in a minute. About this area here. Right here, it's this original 9-light floor-to-ceiling translucent screen. Okay, it's made of polychrome. It's obviously got this glass diamond shape here, and this rustic planter in the front. It's separating the dining room, so we'll get into there in a little bit, the little dining area. But listen, if you buy into the style, the Brady Bunch style, if you will, this house is 100% for you. i.e. this room right here. So, we're going into this incredible, like there's a living and kind of a dining room space that you'll see. I would say this is the more formal area. It's accentuated by the normal mid-century modern things that you expect. The pitched ceilings here, the exposed beams. You've got this whole brick wall here. They have really leaned into the style with the orange and yellows and just the mid-century modern furniture. And you've got the wall of windows, which of course is something we anticipate and expect in this style home. I mean, listen, I don't think they said in here that the furnishings are sold with the house, but I feel like you should just buy the whole thing as is. Anyway, okay, here we go into this like dining area. Again, the light fixtures, you start to see that you've got this entrance into some of the back area here. And we're going to get into the kitchen in a minute. You start to see the entrance here, and it's going to really bring you back. As we go in, you're going to see it's got this U-shaped work area, and it's got very well preserved wood cabinets, Scimeca countertops. And so again, this has not been updated, but the appliances have, which is important to know, but it's retaining this vintage, feel. You've got the vintage oven and the exhaust and all this, this stuff that I can't imagine it's original, but maybe had been updated a long while ago. And you see that crazy wallpaper on the ceiling there in the kitchen, which we'll get back to in a minute. But here's the other kind of family living area we had talked about. You've got the wood paneling, which I think my last listing had the wood paneling as well. I'm into it. It's retro. It's coming back. The furniture again. I mean, I just love this place so much. And so you've got this, terrazzo style ceramic floor. in here. And again, wall of windows, same kind of feel and look as that other living area that we saw in the beginning. So now we're looking into the powder room, another funky and appropriate wallpaper for this powder room here. And I don't think we have photos, sorry, but there's a laundry area and access to the garage and basement here. And the basement, which is actually unfinished, it's a 500 square foot basement. And there's a 1-car garage we're also not going to show you. So here is one of the 2 full baths. This one is not as renovated as the other one. You do have some updates in here, perfect lighting fixtures throughout. You've got lots of, you can see medicine cabinet storage. And this is one of the bedrooms here. So pretty large. The style of lighting is carried throughout. You've got this kind of, I don't know, but if it's teak furniture, I think, and the cork floors in here. Wanted to give you a couple of different angles so you can see that this is a fairly large bedroom here. And this is, and right here we have the totally renovated bathroom. It still stays in the style of mid-century modern, which of course we're really into in this house. And so everything's perfect round, the round mirrors on the right, even the hook that the towels are hanging on. Mm-hmm. It's just, again, they totally leaned into the style they needed to have in this home. I did give another angle here because it was the best angle I could give of the tile, which is very in right now, but also works with the retro feel. This bedroom here, we have it kind of staged as an office, or I wouldn't even say staged. This is how they live. They have it as an office here. And the original wood doors, which is so, again, period wise, like the period piece is like, you've got to have that wood natural door. And here's another angle of what they have set up as an office. They've got that kind of greenish blue, I think in the dining room, same one in there. I just personally love it. So now we're looking from the back here. Okay. So you can see that it's got a really large outdoor area. Even the patio part that's curved is very, very in line with this whole house, with the whole aesthetic. And we may give you another angle here. I can't remember, but it's on a 1/4 acre lot, which I think is huge. We saw the huge front lawn before. It's just 13 miles south of Old Town Alexandria and 18 miles from Capitol Hill. So it's not too far. And this particular home is near Piscataway Creek and the Fort Washington Marina. And you can see the river, like I said, from this lawn, which I think is pretty cool. So all of this for $565,000. I mean, truly, I almost texted this to my parents and said, buy it and I'll move in with you. Mm-hmm. But I mean, single level living, it's a bunch of really awesome stuff, but yeah. So this is listed by Michael Schaefer of Compass.
Michael Shapiro.
Oh, sorry, Shapiro. Sorry. He has lots of the mid-century modern listings here. And the open house is Sunday 2 to 4. If I can make it, I'm 100% going to this one. So if anyone wants to join me, definitely hit me up. I will be there.
Awesome. Well, I love that one as well. And, there's so many things. You can either take it like it is, or you can, have fun updating it. So yeah. I've seen some wonderful updated mid-centuries that blow my mind. So, yeah. Okay, so guys, we are going to head over to this carriage house. Alison actually found this listing this week while I was away out of town, and she had a chance to see it. So it's located in Capitol Hill. We're going to change the address. You're going to be able to see it in just a second. It's 1 Derby Lane, Southeast. And there is a lot of history, and I'm sure Alison's going to want to jump in as well as I talk about it. But it was a formal carriage house, and it was built all the way back. I believe it was built in right around 1900. I think it was 1895.
Yep.
Right. Let's pull it up so you guys can see it. And we're just going to pause it because it's just going to go. But it was owned by Richard Rothwell, and he was a stonemason builder. He was a stonemason, developer, and builder. And he worked on a number of homes in the area. And it was said that he actually owned a few of the houses, and this carriage house was located behind the house that he lives in. So a little more history about this one is that It is, Allison, help me out here. I was just trying to remember.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff, so we can't obviously talk about it. But I mean, it cost $500 to build that in the late 1800s, which is bananas. The houses, I think, were $1,000, but obviously, you know, if we apply inflation to that, who knows what that means now. But yeah, no, something I realize is to the right here, you see this space. I don't know if you can pause it, Karen, but there is there was an outdoor space which does belong to this carriage house. But when I was digging for information for Karen, because I knew she was going to present this, they had to change zoning for this to be made into a single family house about 30 years ago or so. And there is an easement for the other homes around there to be able to access the space, mainly just for like bringing garbage kind of trucks and stuff in, or bins in and out. But that outdoor space is really big. And so you could really use it the way they have it set up or even more. So I thought that was really cool to be able to have that much outdoor space right there.
Awesome. And then one thing we're going to say is that this house is kind of like a little oasis. So if you didn't know that it was located back there, you would have no idea. So the streets that it's located on, it's right on Derby Lane and Wendy Court. So right back there, there's like one house on each street. So, and you know, the owners, I was reading this article that they had in the Washington Post, and the owners were saying that it feels like you're just secluded in your own little oasis and you can't hear the noise of the streets around. And so they just had that really special feeling when they were living there.
Yeah.
So.
And just so everybody knows, Capitol Hill is known for having a ton of these kind of carriage houses and alleyways and courts like this. So it's a great area to wander around. So anyway, Karen, I'll let you take it from here.
All right. So as we head in, we're going to keep the video going. Let's bring it back.
I know the mid-century one is so good that Karen wanted to put it back on, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it back. Allison, I'm going to bring you back in.
Yeah, sure.
A second so that you can talk to everyone.
Yeah, no. So I did visit this carriage house. It is like very popular right now. So I'll just say in advance, if anybody's interested in it potentially, that they should for sure try to go today, tomorrow, maybe not even wait for the open houses. But yeah, so it is a perfectly square, basically living live home for people. And there is a parking spot, which I don't know, Karen, if you included it or if they even had one in the MLS, but it's behind the house. So there you go.
Okay, awesome. Okay, what happened was we took out the wrong video. Okay, so going in again, once we walk in, it's really bright and airy. It has great windows as we go in. And the main level has an open floor plan that you're going to see if we can just keep it moving. Great natural light. The hardwood floors are inlaid hardwood floors. And as we go forward, it has all really, really nice high-end finishes. So one interesting fact is that I got a chance to see some of the old pictures previous, and this was renovated in 2019, but previously it was renovated as well. And so they just came in, Wilson, who did this gut renovation for the kitchen and everything. He came in and reconfigured the kitchen. So if you notice, back in the old pictures, the kitchen was over towards the side. But this is our little dining little area. We have this wonderful bar. And as we're gonna notice, the kitchen goes all along that back wall. And previously it was in the corner. I don't know if you can see where there's a difference in the flooring. Well, that's where the old kitchen used to be. And so they opened it up, they turned it this way, they added the custom cabinetry. You have all of these high-end finishes in the kitchen from the stainless steel appliances. And I love this large center island that we have. So they did a great job. Over to the left, there's a powder room that we're going to show, and that powder room was in another location, and they added it over to the left. So they just really opened up the space. It really works. I'm loving this island with the bookshelves, the hardwood floors. The wood island is complementing the hardwood floors, which is really nice. This is just another angle showing you the custom cabinetry. The color that they use for the cabinets, I think, really works with the space. And it just, they did an amazing job. Now here is one of the wallpapers. They have wallpaper upstairs in the custom closet, but this just adds a little something. This is great. And it's really fun, and it just adds something to that area. This is our primary bedroom upstairs. You have these wonderful windows that's also bringing in natural light. We're keeping those hardwood floors upstairs. Here's another angle of the primary bedroom, and all the bedrooms are really generous in their size. Now to get to the bathroom, we go through this custom closet. And if you notice, take a look, you have this wonderful wallpaper that they actually added to the closet just to give it a little, to change the feel of it. And so we walk into our closet and we come to this wonderful bathroom. The subway tiles with the glass enclosed shower is really great. We have these wonderful brown tiles on the floor. The cabinet here, the hardwood cabinet, is really wonderful. And then you have the gold trimming. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but there's gold trim throughout from the kitchen to here, on the windows, on the walls, and it's very, very, very nice. Here is our second primary bedroom, and I love the bright big windows, so you get that nice and airy space as well. There's an ensuite bath to this one, and you have these little accents of gold, but you also have some of the nickel that they're keeping in throughout, and I think the two contrasting really does a great job. Here's a washer and dryer. Washer and dryer are new, and this is upstairs on your second level. Now, one of the great things is you have this private outdoor patio space that Alison mentioned earlier. And the city came and recently re-bricked this area back here. So this is just really, really, really charming. The owners, I read somewhere in an article that they said during the pandemic that it was great to have this outdoor space, and they really used it a lot. We're going to just pause it just for a quick second. So you have one private parking spot, and so that's nice. So back here you have your parking, you have your outdoor space, and then you're close to all of the amenities of Easton Market, you're close to the metro. So it's just a really, great location. Now, some of the updates, because they did a lot of updates. The roof was done in 2021. The HVAC was done in 2019, and all of these renovations when they came in, were redone in 2019. Alison, you saw this in person. Can you just describe, when you saw this, how it felt to just come in and see the space?
Well, I mean, I was going to say my dream is to own a mid-century modern house and a carriage house, but I've always been interested in carriage houses. And this one is great because I've been in some that are kind of a longer, narrow feel. And because this is square, it is a really great floor plan. The primary bedroom with that closet and bathroom is it's incredible. And your guest room, like you said, has an ensuite. Mm-hmm. So it is really a great layout. It is a great just area. And then the parking right there is incredible as well. So I think this is a really great place. I'm sure it's going to fly off the market. Yeah.
And we just want to say thank you to James T. Kim. He's with McInerney and Associates. And so thank you for allowing us to feature this amazing listing. And let me give you guys the open houses. There's an open house on this coming Saturday and Sunday. And I believe both of the open houses are from 12 to 2. So
yeah, definitely
if those times don't work, let us know and we'll take you there to see it. And I would like to see it. So you're giving me a reason to go and see it.
Yeah.
So I think that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We may have a couple more pictures. I'm just going to let the video play out. There's one more, and I love the beautiful lights. It's kind of accenting our twilight shot. So yeah. I'm Karen Ringo.
And I'm Alison Scimeca.
And we will be back next week with 2 new listings. So we will see you soon.